Your Nerd Side's brought to you by Twizzlers. Well, they're the original Hershey company, aren't they? Twizzlers, strawberry Twizzlers, they're delicious and edible, and you can find them at any of your, local supermarkets, convenience stores, 7-Eleven, AM, PM. And Twizzlers are so good to eat, they make you want to laugh. I'm eating one right now. Strawberry, grape, chocolate, cherry, watermelon flavors. Those are just a few. Orange, lemonade. Woo, the list goes on and on. If you want to try Twizzler, stop by your local convenience store. Or always go to Twizzlers.com.
Welcome to Comic-Con,
where once a year, sci-fi buffs take their lips off the barrel of a loaded gun and spend half a day adjusting their eyes to sunlight.
You want to see a comic book with pregnant zombie nuns?
You psychotic nerd!
Dude, what a bunch of freaking nerdos.
Get to see I'm white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy. I'm a nerd too.
Your personality needs some work.
You're not part of the popular clique.
But I was kind of a lonely nerd in high school.
I started a quilt. I did yoga twice a week. I wore flip-flops in public.
I like to roll with the gangsters. Although it's apparent I'm too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. I'm just too white and nerdy. Look at me, I'm white and nerdy.
You're a nerd?
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, this is Michael Rooker here from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and Volume 2. And you're listening to Your Nerd Side.
Welcome to another episode of Your Nerd Side. Labor Day weekend, that is what it is this weekend. It is freaking hot. We just finished with Comic-Con. San Francisco Comic-Con is what we did. And first off, all our social media, if you're going to interact with us, it's always at Your Nerd Side. And then if you want to reach us via the email, Fonseca at Your Nerd Side or AMV at Your Nerd Side. So what did you think about Comic-Con before we get into all our topics and stuff like that? Did you enjoy it? You can be honest.
Well, it got a lot bigger. I think the Moscone Center versus the hotel was a huge improvement. Totally makes sense how they did it because it was their first time. So for those of you who weren't there for the first San Francisco Comic-Con, great poster back then and T-shirt. You ran out of a T-shirt, right?
Yeah, they didn't have any more T-shirts to sell.
I know.
Okay, so San Francisco Comic-Con is a smaller one, not affiliated with Toucan one. That is San Diego Comic-Con, or the huge, big, and WonderCon. And they're in Indianapolis, Utah, Concord, I believe, now San Francisco. And last year they did it at the Marriott, where it was just really kind of hard to get from one place to another place because they were doing it in hotel rooms. Yeah, it kind of seems like they were filming porn films. That's how they do it. But it wasn't happening, I swear to you, all right? This year they used the 3 floors, and next year it's going to be better and better. What did your friends say about Comic-Cons, how they stick around, the movie companies come?
Well, that's one thing they were wondering why there wasn't as much interaction. So for those folks who are in San Francisco or who still go to WonderCon used to be in San Francisco. So the last one was when Warner Brothers came out, and it was Green Lantern. There was free T-shirt, free pins, free.
We love
and
the
then
free
you
crap.
saw actors and actresses.
And they're just walking around.
They're
cool.
walking around. It was a great presentation. Everyone was really respectful. So it had a little bit of everything. And that's one of the things that was really important. I did talk to one of the exhibitors who have been to a lot of those San Diego Comic-Con and others, and they said because San Francisco's so new, the studios have to wait to make sure they have a really good following, and then maybe year 4 they'll come on board and then start using it. But because of how box office was this last Labor Day weekend, they may be joining sooner because they need the help.
They need the help bad. First off, don't count your blessings, and especially San Francisco Comic-Con or the local Comic-Con, that we are going to get Star Wars to come out and promote their new movie and give us lightsabers and all. It's not going to happen. It's Disney. They're going to have them at their own DS3, their own Comic-Con they have. Second, Marvel is not really going to come out to us. You're going to have to pull it with a fine tooth. They did a really quick job. Again, they're owned by Disney.
That's right.
So they're going to be at their DS3 or DS23 or 27, whatever it is now.
I think it's it's not called DS, is it?
It's D23.
D23 just passed. And then for those who don't know, those happen every 2 years. So start saving your money now. get that hotel in around that convention center
crowded.
because it's going to be huge.
Or go to Disneyland because Disneyland's empty the day those conventions are on.
That's right.
It's true. It's very, very empty. And so the only one you're probably going to see at a Comic-Con, like a local or San Francisco one or around other areas, is going to probably be DC ones.
Yeah,
so
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers,
which Warner Brothers needs extra help to promote themselves.
So we had they had some celebrity guests there. They had Doctor Who, Sean Astin, which I never knew. I knew, but I forgot. His mom is...
Oh, yes, Patty Duke.
And it was so weird. He didn't give me an interview, but we ended up talking.
Oh, my God, I kept talking. So there was this...
huge line.
Okay,
but did I continue the talk with Sean Astin, or did he kept it going?
Well, first,
I kept saying
who recognized who was there? Moi.
You did, yes.
And then, secondly, there was this huge line, and then when Fonseca has a desire, he makes sure that desire is fulfilled. And so when you guys were just talking, and I thought from far away you were talking to the handler, you were actually talking to Sean. He was so interactive, asking questions. I do want to hand it to you. You're like, hey, Sean, give priority to the fans over there. And then it was really sweet because then I came up with my little minions, and he was so sweet, considerate. So Patty Duke, God bless your soul, did a good job with your young boy. Well, very respectful man.
Sean's really into radio. I don't know if you know that.
Well, talk to us a little bit about the radio.
Really, he did a show, and he goes out above and beyond the call of duty. It's about helping third world countries, what's going on in the government. Nothing self-promoting, but he talks about things, and I watched it.
You're not going to put the soapbox music on
No. But I watched it, and I'm like, this guy's pretty good. Yeah. So I approached him. I said, we need to get you on radio. And of course, yes, I know they're all competitors. I have friends that work at Sirius Radio. I still have my buddy. It's still there. And he's always begging me to put more shows on there. But hey, if you ain't going to pay me money, dude, I ain't putting shows on there.
So remind everyone, Sean is related to what show? Starting with
he did Goonies. What else? Rudy. The Lord of the Rings. Everybody knows him. The Lord of the Rings.
And your favorite first 50 dates?
He was in 50 Dates?
He was first... What a good job. Because he didn't recognize. He was Drew Barrymore's brother who kept on taking so many steroids. That's right.
He goes, hey, man, I'm looking down like a buff.
Acting.
I forgot about that. That's right.
He is a character
That's Sean Astin.
Good job.
So he handed us, he said, hey, later on, call me. Here's my cell phone. Just text me later on and we'll talk about this stuff like that. So I'm going to get him on the show later on.
No, he definitely, and all love to you for that social justice. He did learn a lot of that, correct me if I'm wrong, Sean, from Patty Duke, because she was also very outspoken when it wasn't the hippest thing to do.
So cool thing is that Sean Astin just did add me to Facebook and just Twitter
Sean
this morning. He's all like, "Hey, I looked for you, and I saw Fonseca." So he just linked up. So we'll talk later. Michelle Nichols was there. We didn't interview her.
Great.
She's going to be at another convention. Carl Uels. He's from the Prince and the Prince is.
Come on,
the Prince.
You could do it.
God, I forgot the Prince.
Let's do it.
The Prince and the Prince and Bride. Ray Park couldn't get next to him. Too busy. Renee O'Connor. Summer Glaw, couldn't get to her. Austin St. John, Power Ranger was gone. Sean McGuire gone. Emily Oswald. But E.G. Daily we did get to, and we're going to talk to E.G. Daily later on. If you don't know, she was in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
She was.
Yes. Oh, my God. She was so beautiful. And she still is so beautiful.
Yes, Fonseca is a little
She did Rugrats. She did Power Rangers. You name it. She did tons of things.
No, she did a lot of great things. And was very respectful and wonderful. Got to give it when you're beautiful on the inside and outside.
Sarah,
tip for you people out there.
Sarah Nacho Cheney, her handlers were pieces of poop. That's the voice of Pokemon. They didn't care, and they were so rude, but I never saw her there at all.
Maybe they didn't have the right trading card.
Joe Adams, we got to talk to him, the cartoonist. And Joel Adams, the cartoonist for King of the Hill, from the actual animated show. Okay, I'm telling you, he did the Cells. He's the son of Neil Adams. So I wanted to talk to him because I like cell work.
No, it was really interesting because Fonseca was on his knees as he was doing the interview.
Was so into
and it was everyone just kept looking like, what's going on? Because when you have Fonseca on his knees, you have the backpack right there.
Yeah.
You have, oh my goodness, you have and his backpack is not just his backpack. It's it's a Star Wars backpack.
Well, some people don't even realize Joe Adams is a groundbreaker of how different he makes artists the artistic work look. You know what I mean? I even told him when I was drinking later, I go, I don't want him to get mad because he had a cartoonist to his right, a comic book guy to his left. And I said, I respect more the artwork for animation so much. I said, if you saw my house, I have animation cells all over the place.
I know. I want that She-Ra and He-Man one. I messed up not buying.
So a little bit later, we're going to hear E.G. Daily. Yes, we're going to hear her and what she's up to and what she's been up to while she was at Comic-Con. All right, let's start off the show. Thank you, San Francisco Comic-Con, for letting us come out there. And we'll be back next year.
Thank you.
Let's start off the show because we're talking to movies. We're talking about movies. Let's jump a subject I was going to do. But let's talk about the Labor Day box office. This is the worst Hollywood has seen in years. It is amazing. There is, and you got to think about it, on a AMV, did you see any movies open up that was a Guardians of the Galaxy or space movie or something they put tons of money into this weekend?
No, to answer it, and it was interesting because when the first Guardians of the Galaxy came out, I think a lot of people were surprised. God, August, usually people don't go. And they did such a great success because great acting, great special effects, great writing as well. It did a wonderful job. And then something happened, right, where the past few years they weren't doing much. I mean, I'm glad in one way that the Hitman's Bodyguard from Samuel J. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds became number one because I thought it was really an underestimated
The movie's hilarious.
Movie. It's because of Samuel J. Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
Oh, and then his relationship with his wife. Beautiful couple together.
Let me tell you something. That is the only way that Ryan Reynolds is going to play with Samuel Jackson. Because there's no way that we're going to have, Deadpool play with Nick Cage at all. So he even said Nick Fury. Why do I call him Nick Cage all the time? I guess because they're both bald.
But it's always a possibility. We thought Spider-Man would never come. Right now, Spider-Man's with the Avengers.
I don't know if he did or not. I don't date him. Okay, so this is the lowest the box office ever been in 12 years. The only one in double digits was The Hitman's Bodyguard. Number 2, Annabelle. 3, Wind River. 4, Leap, which is horrible. 5, Logan Lucky, which I love. 6, Dunkirk. And 7, Spider-Man's Back. Pulled in $3,650,000.
But that was a good one. But talk about what's happening with Wonder Woman.
Is she? We'll get into that. I know you just want to hit that Wonder Woman so hard right there.
Of course. Woman power all the way.
Now, real fast, and they've got to realize this, is a lot of problems are happening with the movie studios. They're doing this whole thing where you can pay, $50 a month, and you can see as many movies as you want to do.
Yeah, which theater
Cinemark wants to do that, and another one, I forgot.
So it's interesting. So first there was the Wine and Dine movie theaters, the Alamo, Sunshine, Kabuki, and now they're doing this deal package like
Netflix.
Like for me getting my hair blown out, you know?
No, it's like doing Netflix, and they realize that they're
Netflix,
they're
Amazon, and then the great writing. I mean, HBO's been doing it for a long time.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna help boost this reasons why it's the worst Hollywood season in years. You
Educate
ready?
us, Fonseca.
Okay, all right. On AMV, I'm sorry, I keep calling you that. How did you see The Hitman's Bodyguard? Because it's in the movie theaters right now.
Fonseca can answer that show. He forced me.
How did you see The Hitman's Bodyguard?
Not in an appropriate way.
Was it clear and digital when you saw it?
Yes, I did.
Pure? And what did you watch it on?
Your laptop.
Yes. That's a big reason. There are so many websites that offer movies.
Now you're not going to get any studio to call for interviews.
I'm just trying to tell you, I didn't want to go to the movies. It's so hard. It's just really hard to get to the movies, especially when you have kids. It's not an easy thing. No. It's more convenient to see it at home. Now,
that's an idea. Daycare while watching a movie, like when you work out.
No.
Daycare.
What they should do is offer the opportunity, these packages. You can either see it at home with a special code, or you can see it in a movie theater. But again...
Or workplaces offer fun events, like at the movie theater. I would love that.
I was thinking about that, but... So there's many things that are just holding them down. All right. I am going... and another thing. Since they didn't have those many movies this weekend...
Yeah, I know. Nothing new. Nothing, right?
Did you see what they reissued?
Yes. Terminator 2 in 3D. Yes. And Arnold, are you in the house?
And Close Encounters they put, and they did Blade Runner this weekend because they're getting ready. So they're just trying to hey,
They're trying to make money. That's
and
what it comes down to.
Inhumans was an IMAX, which they said didn't do the best. It made 1.8 million in 901 locations. But they said that was really, it's okay for a movie, a motion picture in theaters. That's not the greatest, but it made more than it would have if it was on television. Their money that they pull in. So they said